Today, ladies, we are looking at Proverbs 20:29, and I'm going to ask someone to please read verse 29.
The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is the gray head.
God is concerned about every part of our life, everything that goes on in our lives, everything that concerns us, it concerns him, because he made us. And he didn't just make us and just throw us out and say, okay, you're on your own. He is our Father, the Creator, the God of the whole universe, and everything that was made by him. Nothing that is made is in existence because of Christ, because of God's hand, because he created the universe for his glory. Today, an interesting verse, the Enduring Word says, God has so designed human development that young men excel in physical strength. God designed young men, the human development of young men, they excel in strength. And this is a glory to them. It is wise and suitable for young men to take on tasks that fit this glory. They are to use their strength to do the things God would have them to do as young men. The splendor of old men is their great head. What the old men lack in physical strength, they make up for it in wisdom that is appropriate for those who have gray hair. That's so neat how God worked that out. A proverb to lift the reader above the unfruitful attitudes of envy. There's no need for one to envy the other, or to rid them of impatience and contempt, which the old man and the young man may adopt toward each other. There's no need for that. For God has made each one in human development for the purpose that they should be. Each age is appointed its excellence. Each age is appointed its excellence. It's to be respected and to be enjoyed in its time. What a sound, sober piece of instruction that is. Wherever you are in life, you are to enjoy, to use it appropriately, to respect that God has put you where you are in whatever you're in, and enjoy it in its time. No need of, I know I was young, I could do. Well, we say that, but learn how to enjoy where you are now, because God has placed you there for his purpose. Let youth and old age both beware of defacing their glory. Beware of that. Don't ruin it, what God has placed for the glory, for the splendor, for the help, for the enjoyment, for the respect. Don't do that. Each take precedence in some things and gives way in others. In one way, they may be able to fix a flat tire in no time. But it takes an elderly person who used to have to fix flats to be able to tell you how you need to do it. So Therefore, both are very important, okay? Let them, therefore, not envy and despise each other's special right and power that God has given to them, okay? The world, the state, and the church needs them both. The strength of the youth for energy and the maturity of the old for wisdom. Boy, that's good, sound advice. We either want to get rid of all the old folks or dismiss all the young ones. But both are needed in the state, in the world, and in the church. The youth are needed for energy. They have the energy, but also for their strength. But the old are needed for their maturity. When you leave one or the other out, it's not going to work out very well. Okay? Because you need that wisdom there. And you need that youthfulness to carry out the things that wisdom applies to. That's by Bridges. Ellicott's commentary says, the beauty of the old man is his gray hair. And this suggests the possession of experience and wisdom. It is the fault of the aged, therefore, if they do not receive the honor due to them. Now, you old, gray-headed, and foolish and stupid, that's your own fault. Because God has given that as a sign to show you've been around, you've experienced, you have maturity, and you are to be respected. But if that doesn't happen, it's because you haven't lived in the order that God intended for you to live and carried your life. And there is nothing more foolish than an old fool. There's nothing more foolish than to see an old person who's full of foolishness. And then we want people to respect us. You can't just live any kind of way, talk any kind of way, do any kind of thing, and then tell your children, remember, I'm your mother, I'm your uncle, I'm your grandmother. You got to live something. You need to show that maturity in years and wisdom, and then you will gain that respect from others. And the gray hair don't give you the respect. That's not what it's saying. It's how you live. That's how you gain the respect. But it is supposed to be a notable sign in life that you've lived and acquired some maturity and been through many experiences. And people should be able to come to you and get some sound, solid advice. Isn't that wonderful? If they do not receive the honor due to them, it is their fault. Okay? So they spent their years at their middle age as to make their old age unworthy and commanding respect. They spent their youth and their middle age in a way that doesn't, when they get old, receive the respect that they should receive. Benson's commentary says, the beauty for the young man is namely of body and vigor and courage of men, of mind. Their fitness for action, their ability to go through business and overcome difficulties which the aged and we cannot grapple with. As you get older, you can't handle those things. When you're younger, you're able. God gives you that ability. Remember, he said, remember your Creator in the days of your youth, while you're young and have vigor and energy and ability. Remember him then, okay? Because as you age, bodily, physically, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, you're not able to do like you do before, or you did before, okay? They overcome, are able to overcome, which the aged and the weak cannot grapple with. Their strength is their glory, provided they use it well. Now, just because you're young and have strength, if you don't use it well, there's no glory in that. Okay? It's no glory in that. In the service, if they use it well, namely in the service of God. If they use it well in the service of God and their country, and not use it in their lust, and that they not be proud of it, nor trust in it. Remember that it may soon become weakness, and realizing while they retain it, and it's a comfort to them and helpful to others, depends entirely on the blessing of God. While you're young, you need to remember your Creator at your young age, at the age that you have the vitality to get things done and stay on the wall and watch and have the vigor and the sharpness where you can do those things. And remembering that it's all because of God. It's all because of God. It's entirely because of the blessing of God. The beauty of the old man, is the gray head, which makes men worthy of respect in their gravity and experience, which qualify them to give counsel in matters of doubt and difficulty, which are important. You want to talk to somebody, they not foolish and trying to act young and dap and chains and all that foolishness. Sincerity, they have gravity and sincerity. They listen, pay attention. That's why when God took the one out of our lives that had those characteristics, it's hard without that person, because they had gravity and sincerity and didn't like a whole bunch of foolishness. Oh, they like to laugh, have fun, and do things, but they looked at life through maturity and soundness. And you knew you were going to get a sound, basic answer that was going to encourage you or correct you or whatever you need. All right? That's so important. That gives them the qualifications, because they learn through life, through experiences, to follow God in his direction. And they have something worthy to listen to. Okay? In matters that are doubtful and matters that are difficult, it's important to have someone in your life that's full of wisdom and truth and follow God. That old mother that I was looking at on the tape, what a wise old mother. She said, when you go through storms, embrace it, because God is with you. And he's going to draw you closer to him. Now that's good old sound, solid. You can go to bed on, turn over, cover your head up, go and sleep with it. You don't have to worry. God promised. Well, you have to have been through something to be able to say that. When you're young and you're just coming up on those things in life, it almost destroys you. But to have someone who's been through those rigors of life and held on to God's hand, they can tell you, just keep holding on. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. And that is so wonderful. That is so wonderful. The design of this proverb is to declare the peculiar advantages which persons of different ages possess, and the mutual need they have for one another. That's the design of that. We need you, you need us. Don't say, oh, that's foolish. We need that quickness and sharpness and ability to grasp and catch. You need that in your life. You need to listen. So many, now you'll try to tell me I've been here. Well, that's the problem. I've been here a long time, and it's a lot of new stuff going on. I don't know nothing about it. So we need each other, and that's the mutual need that we have for one another. And thereby to excite them to mutual love and assistance, and to make everyone contented with his own age and condition, and neither envy nor despise his brother for the difference of his age and the situation in life. That is so good. You don't have to be sitting one somebody be glad when I get so. Be what you are now. Let God use you now for his purpose. I don't have to look at the young. I remember when I used to do that. Leave that alone and be what you can now. And there will be a mutual enjoyment with each other. Not envy, not despising, not competition. Oh, I tell you, we need this in the body of Christ. We need it in the body of Christ. The young people come in with vigor and vim and ideas and sit down, you too little, you're too young, you don't know. We need to be embracing that. Or the old person stands there, I wish they'd sit down, they old fogey. We need that, and we don't need to despise or be critical of each place that we have in life, because each place God has put there for his purpose. Amen. To glorify his name. Amen. Proverbs 16:31 says, young men take pride in their strength, but old men may take pride in their gray hair, which is like a distinguished crown. Longevity is a result of righteous living, but not all who are aged lived righteously. Don't get that mixed up. Some people are 90, 91, 100 and all, but it doesn't mean they live righteously. It means that God has given them a chance to come to righteousness. So we can't say, well, they old and because it depends on how they lived and how they depend on the Lord. Okay? That's from Walford and Son. The Believer's Bible commentary says, a prominent glory of young men is their strength, while the gray hair of the old man is associated with wisdom and experience. Every church needs both strength for the service and age for wise counsel. Every church needs strength, okay, for the service and the age for wise counsel. Every church needs that. Brother McGee, and I knew he would have something good to say. You could rest assured that Act your age. That's what he said. Act your age. The young man is the one to be the out at the lead. The old man had better not try to act young. He may just make a fool of himself. I knew he would have. He had better act his age. He should reveal a little wisdom, because that's what the gray hair is there to indicate. Act your age. Be where you are. My friend, she's gone on, said her teacher used to say, bloom where you're planted. Quit always looking over there at somebody else's going. Bloom where you planted. Because God has given you this time in life for his purpose and for his glory, if we use it for that purpose and glory. The gray head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. That's Proverbs 16:31. The gray head is a crown of glory if it be found in the way of righteousness. Just because you have gray hair doesn't mean it's a crown of glory. If you out there trying to do the boogaloo, you look silly. You look dumb. How many of those things do you see? I'm not saying you get old, you don't dance. I love dancing. But you can't do and act like the others do. That doesn't fit you. It's not wise. Okay? You look silly. You don't even have the movements in your body. Try it and see. You get old. Get out there and try. Oh, my cousin said to me, cousin, I remember you used to really dance. I said, yeah, you used to good. You try moving them shoulders and legs and knees in sync with one another. They just don't do it. And that's just the truth. The gray head is a crown of glory if it be found in the way of righteousness. And Brother McGee wrote, this is a good motto for the senior citizens. There are senior citizens that are strong and they can do certain things, but they can't do what a 30-year-old, a 19-year-old can do. Try it and you'll find out you can't. Because God has fitted you for his purpose, for his glory, according to your circumstances, according to your age, according to your situation. And we are to glorify him in each situation that we have. And not worry about looking back and trying to act like we're not. Just be who you are in the Lord. And let the Lord get all the glory and all the praise. Such a good, sound, basic lesson. We thank God for giving us this.